stolen have places
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Yes, I don't have my seatbelt on, but I just pulled into a parking lot, so it's okay. We're being safe and responsible. I am going to do an oil change with all of the driving that I've been doing back and forth between Calgary and British Columbia. Turns out that Lucky is in need of a bit of an oil change, which is funny because I did one not too long ago, but older engine, and it was about 3 or 4 trips I think that we've made to BC since my last one, and so it is just time. So I figured we may as well roll the camera and get an entry in the vlog done, because I actually haven't been doing too much filming lately in terms of just like my day-to-day stuff outside of the 30 days of van life. Today is actually day 17, and we are blessed with some beautiful weather right now. So again, I figured I may as well take advantage of that and get it done, because, I don't have a traditional garage anymore, but that's okay because the world is now our garage. I do have my old drain pan down here. I would like to keep that with us, but ideally I would like it to be in a rooftop storage bin. So for now, until that happens, Lindsay has been so kind in letting me keep a few of my tools over at her place, which is way more convenient than having to go all the way out to Sanctuary to get them. So yeah, I've just pulled into the parking lot at a local shopping mall here. I'm at a bit of an incline with the nose of Lucky pointed downwards to help the oil come out. Just gonna pop out the drain plug, pop off the filter, hopefully, and then fill her up. And like I said, since I've done it a few times, I know that she needs about 6 liters of oil. So let's get it done. And also what needs to get done, I don't know if it will today, I need to get my tires rotated. And I asked at Cal Tire if I could stay in the vehicle. They said no. I said, is it okay that there's animals in the vehicle? They said no. So now I'm kind of up shit creek without a paddle when it comes to that. So I'm gonna have to do it myself, which isn't a problem. Again, I'll save the money, but it will cost me a considerable amount more in time because I don't have ramps or jacks or anything like that. So I will have to drop my spare tire and then jack up every tire, take off the tire, put the spare on, jack it down, go to the next location, yada, yada, yada. If I have time to do that later today, we will. But this weekend's supposed to be quite nice as well, so it does have to get done. I wanted to get the oil done, and I want to get the tires done before the real snow flies. So yeah, let's do it. Parking lot, oil change, go. All right, see everything we got here. So I got this guy 5-liter jug. I am also making sure that I use the high mileage stuff. It would be better if I was using pure synthetic, but this is a synthetic blend, which should be fine. And I got some shop towels just in case, and then I can also wipe out the oil pan when I'm done. Got my filter, of course, and some gloves, which I don't normally do, but again, since it's the world that's being our garage, I don't have an easy way of cleaning up, so we can keep our hands a little cleaner. That's probably for the best. And like I said, it will take a little bit more than this. I do have 2 more of the smaller oil jugs in the back of Lucky. That's pretty much all I'm gonna need for this change, except tools. Again, to sort of save me the headache of looking stuff up online, I've mentioned this before in the past, but I started this book when I started all the maintenance on Lucky, and so everything that I need here, I've written down the socket sizes. I mean, I could look it up online, but that's always subjective if other people have done work on your vehicles. So for this one, I wrote down everything as I went, and so then I just go to my oil drain plug, 15 millimeters, pull this guy out of my socket set that I have under my passenger seat, and that should be the only tool we need, unless of course the fuel filter gets temperamental, but it shouldn't, because like I said, it hasn't been that long since Lucky's last oil change. All right, so let's get, ooh, they're green. I'm used to these gloves being black, but they're very pretty green. Grease Monkey seems to be pretty good. These gloves come in super handy when talking about the diesel heater and filling up your diesel tank, which I know I still haven't done. I don't know why, that's just a thing now. Maybe I'll do the diesel heater, talk about video when I get my second diesel heater or something. Ready for surgery. That guy right there. Boom. That's the oil drain plug. 15 millimeter bolt, if your Chevy Express is stock. Just make sure you pull the oil drain, the pan back a bit, because this is going to shoot out a little bit once I get the plug all the way off. If I can get the plug all the way off. Oh no, it's a sad day. Oof. Yeah, that, I don't know well, you can see that on the camera right now, but that's shocking for how black that is, for how recently I did an oil change. But I guess it just goes to show, the more you drive, the more frequently you should be doing these things. I'm also now realizing Lucky is the wrong way around for that to drain completely out.
No shit.
I don't know why I had a total brain fart thinking that it drained front ways down. I should be forward facing in this stall. Oh well, next time. It won't hurt nothing. Most of it will still come out. Alright, so now up there, that little red thing, that is my oil filter. Once this drains just a little bit more, be able to crank that guy off. Ow. Also, I recommend when you do your oil changes, maybe let your car cool down a little bit. The exhaust and everything is quite warm still. Oh, not too bad. She'll go. Yeah. Wow, that part of the exhaust is really hot. Just undoing it a little bit at a time to let this come out, because there's going to be quite a bit of oil up in here and in the filter itself. And I don't want it all glushing out. And the filter is saturated, so it's very heavy, so if it falls in there, it'll create a bit of a splash. And we're trying to do this like when we camp. Leave it better than when you arrived. I'm lucky this came off. I know that these field filters can seize up, and this is just a Motomaster one, which is a Canadian Tire brand. And this filter doesn't even have the nice grip on the bottom. That's hot. I will show you on the new filter. Yikes. So you let that drain. Ideally, if you have the time, it's not going to hurt anything. If you can, let it drain for 10, 15, 20 minutes even. Get as much out as you possibly can. So this is the new oil filter with Fram this time. You can see the black part is textured and grippy. It makes it easier to get these things off when it's time to do this change. But like I said, frequently enough shouldn't be a problem. That's still draining. I'm going to give it another minute, and then it's just a matter of reattaching this. What you should be doing, I don't know if you can see, hopefully you can. I dip this in the old oil just to grease up this gasket. That's just something I've heard a lot of people do. It's also what my grandfather taught me, so we're going to stick with it and do it. Probably helps create a seal. Fail safe. So yeah, reattach this, put the plug back in, and then we go back out to the engine bay. Alright, so I got the filter back in, the plug back in, and then in here, we don't want this bag to blow away, so just bring this whole thing with us. I've got my funnel, and it's not an ideal traveling funnel, but like I said, with the kindness of my cousin, we'll be able to keep it at her place for now, but once everything's in a roof rack, I think I might want a little bit of a smaller funnel, just saying. Wherever this is, that's where your oil goes. I feel like I shouldn't have to say that, but you never know. Funnel. There, shove this here again so it doesn't blow away. We'll get that big jug and a small jug, and we'll fill it up. The key that starts your house is also very good at puncturing the seal on the oil can. Just don't go that deep, otherwise you get oil over your key, and then you have one more thing to deal with. Yikes. And don't go too fast with this. You can't back up, and the last thing you want is spill a whole bunch of clean oil out the front towards you. Brings me to a good point. When doing oil changes, maybe don't wear your Sunday best. American Eagle? That's fine. Amazon, even better. Because I got the big jug in. At this point, before I put the last small jug in, I'm going to come down here, and we're just going to check and make sure there's no leaks happening. Doesn't appear to be. Let's zoom in and help my old man eyes see. Filter looks good. Plug looks good. Awesome. Let's get the last bottle of oil put in. All right. As I said, just make sure you wipe your key off. If you used it to open the bottle of oil, that is a big deal. I mean, it's just a lubricant. It'll just lubricate your locks. Let's come back here to the mobile garage. There we go. So yeah, that's an extra, and I've actually got these two, which are the exact same of what I just put in there. I'm only going to put in one, and then we'll go to a gas station later where there's actual level ground and check the oil level, and if we need to, we can add one more. Okay. Beauty. So that's done. What I will do, again, just to be on the cleaner side, let's get some paper towel to grab the end of the funnel before I pull it out of the engine bay. This gets here, I don't mind. Just didn't want to get it on the ground. Awesome. Very cool. then save myself some mud, rub, put that back in there, take it down. And like I said, it should be good. I've done this before, and that's exactly what I put in. So I'm not too concerned, but if it turns out that for some reason there's not enough oil in there, we've got that other one to put in. That won't be the case because, like I said before, like I pointed out, we're not on the incline I thought we were on, so there's a bunch of grubby oil still left in there. But those are the kind of things you can't get hung up on. Even if you just live in a house and you're doing your own car maintenance, don't lose your mind over very small details. Just saying. One other thing I like to do before we get to the rest of the cleanup is I'm going to put the old filter back in the oil box and deal with that on its own. Put it in here for now so it doesn't drip everywhere. Wipe this out, throw it back in the bag, and we're good to go. And then the last thing to do would be to take this to a proper facility so we're not throwing it in a dumpster or anything like that. I mean, I don't know what they do with it. I'm sure at the end of the day, maybe it's just for our peace of mind. I don't know. I try not to think about horrible things like that, but I like to feel like I'm at least doing my due diligence. So there's actually a fire hall not too far from here that accepts stuff like oil and old car batteries and propane tanks. So we will take this guy over there. And of course, I was thinking smash cut to the fire hall. That would just have made more sense narratively, but whatever, I figured I'd point this out. So under the seat here is where I keep this little toolbox. I mean, whatever, it's not a toolbox, it's a tool rectangle. Stocks in here to help keep the rattle down while I'm driving, but these are just all the sockets that work on the van, plus these Torx heads, because I had to buy them at some point for one of them, and I had no place else to put them. But yeah, these are all the sockets that work with my van. So then here's the one that we just used for oil. Pop this guy off. Of course, he's covered in oil, and I'm filming with one hand. Hang on. A little 50 millimeter there. Open this guy back up. And this was just another old little, I was going to say toolbox, of my grandfather's. It used to be blue, but it actually got all rusty. So I sanded it down when I was still at the Sticks and Bricks. And I hit it with just a coat of Plasti Dip. That's all this is. Just to sort of give it a textured look, a cleaner look. You can see it's already starting to peel off, but whatever. Then take this, and it goes right back under there. And then I know where it is. Why wouldn't I know where it is? I put it there. Actually, you'd be surprised. Also, forgot to mention, I don't know how important it is. A mechanic will probably say, yes, it is very important. It's just another good practice that I always do is I'm going to start the van and let it run for 10, 15 minutes just to get the new oil circulating through, as opposed to just driving off right away. We've got the time. Again, let's take it and not do any sort of unnecessary damage to our engine. Hey Siri, start a timer for 10 minutes. She won't listen to me while I'm recording. That's funny. So I just had to stop in at this place. I saw the sign from the side of the road, craft beer shop. And this is Lindsay's fault. I mean, it's a good fault with the whole, like, me discovering craft beer and all of that jazz this summer. To go in there, and of course, we've got a selection. We've got a whole bunch of the stuff that we've been drinking. I got 3 that I've never had. I asked the lovely girl in there, hey, how long have you guys been here? Not very long, right? 3 years. Apparently I wasn't paying attention because this is not like a hidden away spot, but that's pretty cool. Oh, and Lindsay, they're all only tall boys. They only really do singles, but they got the Mount Begbie Cream Ale. I'm gonna try that again. Yeah, they got cream ales. The Mount Begbie Cream Ales in there. That's kind of cool. Okay, now let's go to the Firehouse. Boom, right? This one and that one. Perfect. Oh, you can even bring fluorescent light bulbs, all these chemicals. Get rid of them responsibly. Paint that's left over from any sort of home rentals you did, not going to be a problem for me going forward. And of course, then your automotive fluids, right? And this is nice. They've got this whole little sort of legend here for what can go here and what can't, what needs to go to the dump. And over here, this comes in handy for stuff like the jet oil tanks or those little green propane tanks or barbecue propane tanks. All in here, right? This is new. Bear spray, empty bear spray containers. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's one of those little things you kind of think about, you just toss it in the garbage, but you could be bringing all your stuff here, right? That's where I get rid of my green propane, my oil, yeah, any automotive stuff, right? So oil, fluids, antifreeze, that's your coolant and all that junk, transmission fluid. No reason to be throwing it in the garbage. Yeah, man, it's just one of those things that I think, especially if you're someone like me that's a huge DIYer, especially when it comes to your vehicle, take advantage of things like this. Because just because the world is our garage doesn't mean we gotta treat it like our own personal garbage dump. You know what I mean? Be responsible. Don't be an obnoxious asshole out there changing his oil in the parking lot of a mall shopping center and leaving a mess of crap everywhere. Or throwing your jug of used motor oil in the garbage bin at a gas station. Just don't do that nonsense. There, see, now this would have been a much better incline to do the oil change on. I'll remember that for next time, right? So this way.
No shit.
A little silly of me to not remember that, but yeah, so that's it. I just popped back out to Lucky to grab my headphones because I forgot them because I'm going to go back into the library to do some video editing. So that is it for this entry. It was kind of fun to be able to do an oil change outside, just in the wild of the city. That's one of those things as somebody who never has done van life would be like, what? What do you mean you did an oil change in the parking lot of the mall? Why not? Headphones. So I'll leave that one here, guys. So just until the next one, just go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourself, and most importantly, be positive. And I will see you all in the next one.